Ron, are you there? Oh, I already lost him. I'll just keep playing. You with me, Ron?
Yeah, I'm just getting something together.
Yep, get yourself together. I'll just keep playing the music until you're ready.
Oh, I'm good. I'm on my cell phone.
Okay.
You're coming in a little hot.
I'm coming in hot?
Yeah. Just a little overmodulated.
Is it distorting?
Yeah, just a touch.
All right. That's. I don't want to check that too much. Testing. Let's see here. Let me get rid of this. There we go. I've not changed anything. What's going
Let me
on?
see. Give me a mic check. Go ahead. Just one.
All right, testing 1 2. How am I doing? Maybe the music.
Well, it's not.
Is it just it's distorting? Is it crisp?
No,
is it
not? It's just what it is it's very, very sensitive. If you back away from the mic a little bit, try that now.
All right, how's that? Is that better?
Man, yeah, it's just a very powerful signal.
Huh. All right. Well, let me fix it.
Not bad.
No, let me fix it. Let's see here.
Actually, wait, hey, let me check some. When you might be fine because it might be my phone.
Luke says I'm hot too.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I gotta go to my output. Input.
All right. I'm gonna try something. I hope I don't blow me. I'm not gonna fiddle around.
How's that? Let's see. Input. No, I won't do it. Yeah,
I gotta
everything.
do some
It is
technical
hot.
stuff.
It is. See, who knows? How's that?
That's better.
That
What
should
was
be
that?
better.
Yeah,
is it now? Is it too low?
Yeah,
Or is it?
It's no. It's a little soft, but it's very clear and it's a good
How's
signal.
that?
It's not bad.
Testing 1
very
2.
good.
How are we doing?
I think that's
Okay,
a lot
thanks.
better.
That's what we need to hear. The feedback, you never know. It is everything got cranked to the max for some odd reason. StreamYard likes to monkey around with my max settings. Strangely, I don't know how it does it, but it does.
Do you use Audacity by any chance? The sound program?
Not on my Mac. I can, but I don't.
Okay.
I prefer. I'm paranoid about downloads that are outside the App Store if I can avoid it.
The reason I ask is that sometimes some audio programs that you're not using will reconfigure.
Oh, you know what happened is I was using GarageBand. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Only it was GarageBand that did it.
I've never heard of them. Are they pretty good?
It's a Mac. It comes with Mac. It's native with the Mac Mini.
Okay.
So everything cool, nice and smooth.
Let me if I dare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to do something. If I kill myself, I promise I won't play with any more buttons.
Yes, GarageBand is pretty easy. All right. Well, back to the music.
Well, Lord, I've lived a long life. Now my race is run. I can't wait to leave here. No, nothing left undone. I've got everything in order. Tell my children not to cry. 'Cause I left in the road map. And they can meet me in the byway. When I die, let me die speaking tongue. Let it ring in my ears. All these songs I sung. Lord, give me the strength to praise you. Speak your name one more time. Me and have your angels carry me over to the other side. Go tell my friends and neighbors, tell them not to weep on me. 'Cause I'm gonna live forever when I finally been set free. Go tell them not to mourn or to miss me when I'm gone. They can shout all around my graveside, 'cause it ain't my final home. Well, when I die, let me die speaking in tongues. Let it ring in my ears. All these songs I sung. Lord, give me the strength to praise you. Speak your name one more time. You have your angels carry me over to the other side. Well, Lord, I've lived a long life. Now my race is run. I can't wait to leave here. I got nothing left undone. I've got everything in order. Tell my children not to cry. 'Cause I left in the road man. They can meet me in the byway. When I die, let me die speaking in tongues. Let it ring in my ears. All these songs I sung. Lord, give me the strength to praise you. Speak your name one more time. Have your angels carry me over to the other side. Go tell my friends and neighbors.
Are you there? Ron? Are you there, Ron? Testing Ron Copperman. Come in, Ron Copperman.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Can
can
you hear
hear
me?
you. Yes.
This
Dude, you're
is
killing me.
Ron.
You're killing me. We're 10 minutes into
yes,
this
thank you,
thing.
Lord. My goodness. I'm killing me, Phil. Are you serious? Well, it's glory to God.
Glory to God. All right.
Good morning, Mark Parker.
How you doing?
And who else is here? And his
All right.
mothership is Luke here?
He was. He got
Howdy.
Luke.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing quite well, actually. It's
Good.
and
Good. How's
so
the weather? Doing better now? It's so cold. We've got it cold now.
Luke was here. I was going to tell him I'm making me.
All right.
There we go.
I can kill the banner.
Are we there? Can you hear me?
I'm here. I'm here. You ready?
I'm not going to do this to you anymore. Yes, I am.
What are you trying to do, Ron? Just tell me. I can help you out, maybe. I'm ready. We're rolling.
This is not.
Luke's
fair to
excited.
you,
We got to
so
keep
what
Luke.
I'm going
Luke's
to do
Luke's a busy man. We want to keep Luke
is-
around. oh, jeez.
Yeah, no.
There's a third
Here we
person.
go.
Ron in duplicate.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is-
gotcha.
here we go.
All right.
Mike.
Now I'm getting two Rons. I'm gonna cancel. Which Ron do I? Okay,
So
Ron.
I'm going
We good?
to excommunicate it from this.
It was fine, I think. But whatever you
Really?
want to do. It seemed to be,
Well, no,
but yours never. But let's not monkey around anymore.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
I've got stuff I got to do.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Lord.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord. Golly. All right. So All right, Houston, we have the Eagle has landed.
The Eagle is
We're
landed.
good.
All right, we're gunning. This thing is live. Come hell or high
Yeah.
water.
Come hell or high, more high water than anything right now. But we have coffee.
Holy Moses.
Good morning, Mark Parker.
Good morning. All right.
To you, Lord.
So, I promised big changes to the House of Woo. So we'll start out with. Should we start out with just? I'll just say it outright, and then we can talk about it because we really not talked about it. We've only chatted in text. But I am stepping back away from running the House of Woo. Ron's going to take it over. So how it looks and feels and is managed is going to be up to Ron. I'll help with the transition if you want some help, managing the live stream.
Yeah.
And he's welcome to use my StreamYard account if he wants. So that's that. That's the start, and that's effective immediately.
In my first order of business, Mark Parker is now banned from the channel, and we're going to go full Republican, fascist, but with a velvet hand. Oh, Mark, come back. Come back. Mark!
I still have control of the buttons for the time being,
I know.
and I'm capable of anything.
That's pretty, I like that. That was pretty good. So if I may, and I'm like cool with it, but I'll miss you. What you thinking? What you feeling? I
need time.
There's a variety of things I don't know.
It doesn't look like it, I'm sure, because if all you see is the online thing, you say he's online all the time. He must have all the. I need more time to produce the content I want to produce. I want to do more refined, more targeted production
Quality
content.
work.
And the live streams
Did
eat
you
up
ever have?
time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's fun. Oh, dude, heck yeah! It's when I was growing up, and I think in every community you have the late night show for kids on Friday and Saturday nights where they play Dracula and the Mummy, and then they interrupt it and they do stupid stuff and have fun with it. Did you guys have that growing up?
Sure.
That's kind of what I feel like.
Is that where you want to go with this?
It's an intellectual version of that. No. I think that's just maybe who I am. And not that it's good, but it's more like you do very good quality work. And I graduated in TV production, and you might not know this, but I've worked for TV stations and, ESPN2, which it's the student run.
I remember that.
And, yeah, okay. And like, I know, and it's funny, but I think the best work out there radio wise is NPR, just the quality of their format and their sound and the way they build things. They're outstanding. And you do that level work when you talk, when you edit, when you do I think it's a skill that comes from your writing. I think people who are gifted writers are usually very good interviewers, and they're good at communication. I'm more of a visual guy. I like making other people who are doing that look and sound good, but you do it quite well. So you want to do that. You don't want to be the
I want to do the history. Yeah, I want to get the history of tinfoil in the head. That's funny. I want to get the history around Cane Ridge out. Its impact on evangelicalism in America. That's a project I've been wanting to actually produce, and it's a lot of time. There's also I've not talked to PVK about it. I was supposed to do an interview with PVK this last week, but he got so overwhelmed we had to sideline it. But I want to do an in-depth thing before he leaves Livingstone's, or Livingstone's is shut down, which might involve driving up there and taking some photographs and video, and I think that would be a really good. It'd be it would be expensive in time. It'd produce, 2-3 hours of content there. You're looking at all in a couple hundred hours of work, because you got to drive up, you got to hang out, you got to spend some money there, you got to come back, and then you've got to edit through a bunch of extra material.
Pardon me.
So that's another project. Now that I don't know if I'll get there or not.
In the production world, it's 15 hours. Just a formula to work with.
Mm-hmm.
If you go 1 to 10, for every 1 hour, you're spending 10 hours behind the scene. You won't be disappointed. 1 to 15, actually.
Yeah.
When it's
and that's just in the editing room, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's. I would say that it depends.
No, that's actually in the can. No, that's from telephone call.
Okay.
So if you have a 1 minute commercial,
right. Okay. So once you're from interview
1 hour
to
production, you're looking at least. Oh wait.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it might have been actually when I was doing commercials, dude. It was a huge.
Commercials
amount of
are
time.
Lots of work.
Maybe it was for 1 minute, but this is a real production.
Yeah, commercials are super intense because you lots of little tiny edits.
You have the light. Yeah. Well,
I think
so
it's good.
So you want to go do now?
I want to do that.
What else did you want to? So you want to do history?
I want to do the church history. Really, that's probably the big one. I've been on that for 6, 7, 8 months, wanting to do that. I want to do probably with the election. This is now an election year, and so I want to do shorts. I want to do 5 to 15 minute bits once or twice a week on the overall situation.
Right.
From my rather unique perspective. Keeping it. So just imagine all the criticism I get from the right of center corner folks we're in contact with. Just imagine there's a commensurate reverse effect happening on the other side. I don't please anybody, but I want to kind of I'm going to make it my brand. So, but I want to bring. I think there's a moral. This is something that.
Well, this is okay. So,
I think we're in a moral war that is beyond just the politics, so to speak, or spiritual. It's that I want to address the spiritual.
But let's go. It's a religious war.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Well, let me do my shtick. Let me tell you where I'm coming from. And I'm not slamming my family, but everything that's gone on in my family and the insanity that politics has brought into it.
Right.
In the most inappropriate ways. And you being there, as well as Clara, who are incredibly liberal, you helped me walk through that because I was able to talk with someone from the other side of the aisle who could really represent. I'm like, dude, am I missing something or is this stupid? And you're like, no, dude, this is stupid. I'm like, cool, thanks. And it was so important because then I didn't get swamped in the emotion, which was devastating. Because then I can go, okay, no, I'm not wrong. This interaction between my family for the reasons of politics is absolutely inappropriate. And it helps me keep my peace. So that's just to let you know. And
Well,
like you, I really don't have any
politics is
liberal
very
friends.
Yeah,
You know, who
politics.
push back on, in my echo chamber.
Right. Yeah, no, you don't. Well, in your part of the country, you probably don't. In the middle, in Indiana, my wife's from Indiana. That is deep red Republican
No,
country.
no,
Although
no,
they
no, no.
did
We
the
shoot
state
down.
legislature
I'm
there.
I'm the liberal one here.
Yeah, he probably would be.
We
Yeah.
bleed red, bro. We bleed red, not Crips, though. All right, we don't. We have
Although
beer
I
on
got to
our
say
phone.
the Republican majority in the state legislature wouldn't read. They snubbed Trump's request for or demand, I should say, that they redistrict, and they wouldn't gerrymander. They refused. They said, "We're happy with our map. We're keeping it until the next census." So Indiana is the
Right. No, I got you. Right.
But see,
right.
and to me, it's more about the how.
Right. That's cool.
Politics is important to me, but it's very important how I conduct my politics, and I want to bring. I really think the pendulum is swinging back, and right now the momentum it's going to swing. It's these violent swings in the
To what?
I think it's payback's a bitch, and I think it needs to be less of a bitch. I think we need to calm the swings to the political
What do you mean?
extremes and go back to a more calm, reasonable, judicious, mutually respectful middle. However we do it, and I just want to add my voice to that and see if I can get any traction using short format videos on
you're
YouTube.
No.
We got a little lag, I think. Seems like we got a little lag.
Well, yeah. All right. I think, and yeah, good. Do I?
I think seems like it, but I could be
here,
wrong.
Let me do 1, 2, 3. Do we have a lag?
Not on my end. I mean, I'm hearing you, but it seems like you hearing
whatever.
me?
We can. It's not that bad. We can.
Okay, we can manage. We're managing. But anyway. So anyway, those are the two things I'm working on.
5x5, which is yeah. So you, and if I may, okay, good. So it's going to be history and politics. Pretty much they go. That's pretty much hand in hand.
Well, church history.
But wait, there's more. You're adding religion. That ought to be fun.
Yeah, I want to do a deep dive on abortion.
Right. Well,
I want to hit all the
church
third rails.
history,
I want to go through all the third rails.
it'll be interesting.
But it takes time and effort to do it right, and then mix in.
Really?
I mean, reduce the number of live streams maybe down to 1 or 2 a month on the
Okay.
channel. So I don't want we'll bring in all the third rails, but then leave some time for audience feedback, but in a more
Oh, by the
instead
way,
of the
I'm
weekly
seeing
thing.
people in the chat.
Go ahead. We got a lag. There's no question. We got a lag.
Oh, Mark, I have a name. I have a name for your segments. Call it
Okay.
Touching the Third Rail.
Oh, it's probably already used, but I will look it up.
Oh, okay. Well,
we could tweak it.
how many seconds is it? But touching the third rail.
Touching all the third rails. Maybe that one's
Who
not used.
cares?
There we go.
This is YouTube. This is Mark Parker touches the third rail.
That's true.
You're fine.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. All right.
D is for dumb.
All right. So.
Mark D. Parker. D is for dumb.
Well, all right.
But then let's talk about.
What?
No, did you want to talk about something? You want to keep talking about this, or I was going to say let's talk about the House of Woo because I want to talk about what it should look like.
Yes.
What are you reading? Are you reading something?
Well, yes. Let's go with the House of Woo. for 200.
Good.
Oh yeah, I see the text. People are typing. I have my phone right next to my computer, and so I can read the texts.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can read the chat. Good. That's helpful. No, he's frozen. Our signal was degrading.
You? No.
There we go. There we go. You're back. You're back. You
Sweet
froze.
Lord.
That's all right.
How frustrating.
Now see. Oh, did you?
My kingdom. All right. All right. Do I have it? All right. Yes.
There is, well, Claire Kaw left me a message.
Here?
I'm here. Can you hear me, Ron?
Everywhere?
Ron Copperman, can you hear me? Testing. Ron, are you there?
Thumbs up. I can hear
Hello.
you. Can you see the screen?
I can see. All right. We good?
This
you want to
is
switch?
so weird.
Yeah. All right. You with me?
I am here.
Okay. All right. House of Woo.
Yes.
House of Woo. Tell me. Talk to me. What do you think? What do you envision for it? What would you like to do going forward? Because you told me there were a couple things you'd like to do.
Yes. Well, that's, see, in the corner, there are a lot of people who have had amazing experiences with God, have had amazing history in church, and I would like to hear their stories and to hear how God is moving in their lives now, to know the darkest moment that God got them through, that they don't mind sharing, so that other people can learn and understand that it's kind of common that God talks, and that people have probably they don't understand how much of a relationship with God they already have. I
That's
think
good.
talking about it sometimes brings to light that you're already doing it. You just don't. And it helps, I think, growth. That would be, and then teaching the simple things we know, like it wouldn't take much, but a prayer of faith can move mountains, and to hear what mountains people have moved in their life. And then what I'd like is for people to teach me, or I need to teach myself, is it's the segment would be teaching Ron philosophy, like who is Chesterton, what is his fence, and what kind of dogs might he be keeping out, or monsters around this, and then the Platonic forms, and there's so many, there's so much. And so I don't know. This is all kind of new. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, for what I mean by God is the word is Jesus, JESUS. Is that? Wait, yeah, S. Sorry. So, because I saw a comment, someone saying who?
Yeah.
Define what he means by God. I'm talking about the God who got me from being a burnout to not. How's that? That's the mega God. But anyhow, and I don't know, to be honest, Mark. I come on here really most of the time just because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to Luke and I'm like, it's not word salad, but it comes at me like a shotgun. Like, it's like watching those ski slopes where people are going over moguls. They're bouncing off hills, doing loop-de-loops, and that's fun. Then I'm still learning that. I'm still learning the significance of philosophy in religion, and not just religion, but in relationship to the spirit. I think it's not bad. I think they're not either or. I think I've learned to have a dialogue in my mind with God, questioning myself about some really important things that I didn't have that skill before. I know I talk to God, but I think I'll go back to Chesterton's fence is the best thing. Just because God talks to you and says something is going to happen,
Yeah.
this is going to sound good, doesn't mean it's all good. And let me give you an example of what I'm talking about exactly. A long time ago, when I was first hearing the voice of God, I met a girl, and I was on a moving crew. And, I pray for everybody. And she was a lady who had lost her mom. And so I prayed for her at the end of the move. And she was, she was appreciative. And when I got back to the shop, clearly in my heart, I heard God say, she's going to call you. She didn't know my name. She didn't have my phone number. She was moved, and she moved out of the state. It was the first moment where I just go, kind of like Mary, like, okay, be it unto me as you, that's the only scripture I can think. Well, she did call me back. My job was to get her to know God more, or to actually, she was a pastor's kid. And She was just hurt. And it wasn't what I thought it was. I thought, oh, and she was good looking too. And she was my age, and she liked me, and I liked her. And God was like, this ain't about that. This is about me. So just because he talks just because he says something's going to happen, it's to know and understand why it's happening.
Okay.
There's a lot of levels. And I think the critical thinking that I've picked up here to ask questions like, okay, God, you said she's going to call me. What does it mean? Why? These are skills that I think you guys have got down pat, like you're good at it. Whereas in the past, I think I was spiritually in tune, but somewhat, I'm not going to say feral, but I just needed a community that they're not necessarily like spiritual woo, but just would go, okay, let's take this apart. So I think having a skill to critically think, to analyze things is something I would like to develop.
Well, I've heard you talk to people in depth. I remember that long conversation you had with Cece.
So
that was
that's
great.
Part of what I want to do here.
Do you know that? Remember people, that conversation you had with Cece?
I don't know if I presented a proposition at all, or pitched an idea.
Or testing. Can you hear me, Ron? All right. Do you remember that conversation you had with Cece?
Yeah, that was fun. There
you can do it. Here. You have some good.
I think.
Yeah.
That's gold.
Yeah. What do you think of the idea that I pitched about co-hosts?
Yes, I do.
Boy, we're really lagging.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
Who are you thumbs upping, Ron? Me?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. I'd like to get how many seconds is the lag?
Is this turned into turned into the Freddie and Paul show?
Yes.
Start
I can
rapping.
hear you. I can hear you.
Jeez.
I can hear you.
Why don't you
always.
dip out? Let's take a commercial break. You dip
Yeah.
out and reconnect.
That's who
All
we
right?
are.
Not to weep for me, 'cause I'm gonna live forever. When I finally get set free, go tell 'em not the moon or the misty when I'm gone. Let it settle all around my breast, 'cause it ain't my final home. Well, when I die, let it die speaking in tongues, let it ring in my ears. All these songs I sung, Lord, give me the strength to praise you. Speak your name one more time. You can have your angels carry me over to the other side. Well, when I die, let me die speaking in tongues. Let it ring in my ears. All these songs I sung, Lord, give me the strength to praise you. Speak your name one more time. You can have your angels carry me over to the other side.
And we're back. You hear me? Can you hear me? Oh no, we got two Rons again. Okay, let's keep them. Let's keep them both, and we'll just
Yeah,
bounce
that's it.
between whichever one works. I can just mute one. We can have you both
Right.
here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All
I love it.
All right. Just which one are we
Yeah.
going to use? Who's got the best?
I'm
I'm going to use this one. This is louder and clearer. How are we doing? Are we with it? No more lag.
which camera? Which? Wow, I see. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Got
Which
your
camera?
Can you
seat.
hear me, Mark?
Which?
I can hear you,
Wow, I
but
see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, Mark?
I can hear you, but you're fuzzy. Your better signal is on your phone, and you just dropped out on your laptop, it looks like. Oh, I just muted you, sorry. Okay,
Oh, you're fine.
no, you're clear now. We're good. I think we're good. Let's just keep going. Let's keep going.
I think somebody just mentioned it. We are the Freddie and Paul show, and I think I'll be Freddie. I don't mind. I know what's going on.
We love
I can
Freddie.
do,
It's all good.
yeah. And I mean, you do bring so anyhow. So as far as the woo goes, what do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your ideas? Because to hold a show,
We're taking the heat, Ron. We're taking the heat from Luke Thompson. Whitestone Name just said streaming with grandpas.
Listen there. Listen up, you young buddy. I'll tell you what you're doing. Come here, Luke Thompson. You liberal, you Orthodox. Can you be an Orthodox liberal?
Christian anarchist.
Christian anarchist. I want to
Hippie.
be anarchy. Yeah. That was the Sex Pistols.
That was the Sex Pistols.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good song. I like the Sex Pistols, believe it or not. At least musically, they're tragic, but I thought they were innovative for their time.
Yeah. You know who I liked as well as The Clash. I remember them when they came out. They were fun.
Oh yeah, those were a couple of that was a band of working class Brits if there ever was one.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, back to the Woo, the House of Woo. The idea was co-hosts. I pitched the idea co-hosts. It seemed like you liked it.
Love it.
What do we think? And can we get people to think I would do a co-hosting gig for 1 week? Maybe do once every. What do you think? Do you like the idea of co-hosting, or do you want to run it solo?
What'd be funny? No, I think it's
guest co-host.
TLC is about it's about community. It really is. It's about community relationship, and I would like to hear. Like there's William Branch out there talking trash. Bring it, dude. Come online. And then who else? Then Luke. Like I would like to know, what's funny is I would like them to explain it to me, because if you can explain it to me, you're making it clear, making it simple without being what's the word when it would be not remedial, but when you're breaking it down to its constituent parts, when you can, because I'm not, I can understand. It's just I need it to be explained to me. Like, help me to understand why you think and believe you the way you do. Not that I want to challenge it, but I'm actually interested. Like Christian anarchist, like I met with, like, dude, he's outstanding. It'd be fun, even if I disagree with someone. So, like with me and you, like, dude, we are a barrel of monkeys, like, and that's what makes the wheel go round. Like, yes, you are. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. And nothing really. I don't want to say nothing changes because that's not true. But getting there is as much fun as getting there. Or I say, the travel of getting there, the journey, is as much fun as the destination. So I don't know. Like, I think really it comes down to storytelling, and having something worth saying, and being good at it. And this is going to sound odd. I want to be careful here because I don't want to put myself down. I know I'm good at what I do, which is, I don't know if that's arrogant or how's that sound, but I know I can talk with God. And I think we all can. Okay. I know I've made huge mistakes in my life, cataclysmic. I like sharing them so that when you don't do them, and if you've done them, how to get out of them. It is to give hope to the hopeless. And I mean that in a very dark way. Addictions, family tragedies, life. It happens to everybody. So when we share our stories, we share each other's, we actually, I think, really impart strength, faith, hope, and love. You can impart those things as much as evil, mean words, impart fear. Christ gives us power, love, and a sound mind. Jesus says our enemies are a spirit of fear. He did not give us a power of the spirit of fear, but a power of love. So we are combating things such as fear. Anyhow, that's what I'd like to talk about. So,
well, there's a lot of people who've had some non-rational, so to speak, experiences with God that that changed their lives, and it's and it's worth listening to, and hearing their stories is part of it is we tend to be skeptical about other people's woo until we have a woo experience of ourselves. There was something official secular Koranism posted on something I posted in my community link and on the YouTube's channel, and she wrote, "I finally looked up, quote, woo in the non-courtship sense. It's derived from voodoo and expressed as," let me see if I can blow this up. I need to make it bigger.
So it would be close to being correct. Close.
Yeah, I can share the screen, I think. Let's see here. I'll move the screen over. And then we'll give her all the attention. Stop screen, new screen. Here we go. All right. This was on the when I promoted today's live stream. Oh. So Claire said, I finally looked up woo in the non-courtship sense and it's derived from voodoo and expressed as woo-woo stuff. Any rationalist moved only by facts and logic would find voodoo mumbo jumbo offensive the way a vegan would find a steakhouse offensive. If anyone gets angry about the wandering and inconclusive nature of the endless non sequiturs one hears, it is entirely due to being in the wrong place. If you think you are discussing U.S. foreign policy, she's got to think about my politics. But I thought that was. But I do believe it. I do agree. The woo woo is. I can get that. I that makes a lot of sense to me. And voodoo is pretty far out.
Well, actually, you know what's funny is, if I may, about voodoo and Christianity, because Paul Vanderklay mentioned this, and I do agree with him. You actually can't do good voodoo until you've been a Christian. Yes, Paul about that. No. And I'm
interesting. Okay.
No, and I'm not being sarcastic.
Is that you say there's a Catholic thing going on there? Because that was a French Catholic.
No. It's
thing.
Actually it's a falling away thing.
Oh, okay.
Because like this is all right. I'm gonna just say it because I know it's true. Because my buddy, he was walking through the Navajo Nation. Well, actually, before I go there, because it was shamans that he hung out with. The voodoo, from what Paul,
just go with it. Roll with it.
In voodoo, when you know Christ, when you really know Him, you can call down fire on people. But Jesus says, "Dude, yeah, you can, but I didn't come here to kill them." The Samaritans.
You don't know what spirit you're of. Didn't he say something like that?
Exactly. So my point is this: once it is a spiritual. You're going into the spiritual realm and you're learning how to do stuff. Once you get with Christ, that's the big dog. That's the biggest dog there is. And once you turn your back on him and start messing around, you learn. It's like having a car. You could either be an ambulance driver or a getaway driver, in the extremes. Spiritually, it holds water the same way. Mm-hmm. All faiths, all religions operate through faith. All cars drive through a wheel. It's just, what is the telos of why you're behind the wheel? And you can have different outcomes.
Yeah, I think intention, and to whom and to what you're oriented, affects everything. I don't know what it doesn't affect.
Exactly. It does everything, to be honest with you.
I mean, you aim even in physics, you aim a rocket in the wrong direction, it's going to miss.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's it. And here's the thing. So before I start, because that's actually a beautiful example. So that's what I want to talk about in the corner, because people don't understand the power of their words, I think. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think because that can help encourage them to simply pray. Like guy, dude, your prayers are a lot more powerful than you understand. Mm-hmm. Faith is not. What is faith? Okay. The smallest prayer can move the biggest mountain. So that's all I'm about, is helping people understand. The only reason I'm so confident in that is because I did a small prayer. I was like, okay, if you're real, amen. Dude, it was the worst prayer in the history of history. I think it's going to be one of those like, wow, that was hilarious. But he said it, and God's like, good enough for me. And that's what I like encouraging people to understand, is your small prayers are actually huge. Anyhow,
they are huge. No, I'm a huge fan. If your spiritual practice is just when you get behind the wheel every day and saying, God help, get us through this day safely. And then think, I mean, that actually could be a very compassionate and sound practice. Pray for the people you might cross. Pray that your temper might be sound.
Exactly.
It's simple, but it's effective.
Oh, by the way, Yon Dog, you'll always be Yon Dog to me. It's only I'm the only one allowed to call him that. But all kidding aside, is he asked Ron, if you pray for yourself, does it work? The answer is yes. It's a silly question, but also is a serious question. Very much, it is okay to pray for yourself. The answer,
This is where it starts.
Yeah, well, really, you're right. That's funny.
In many ways.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
it's
So anyhow, getting back to the show, I think having people on is better than talking to a camera. Paul does it well. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a change. Like, here's the deal. Like, life changes. You're going to go do your thing. I
Yeah.
think, it's been fun, dude. So I just, and the parties always change. So I hope,
I'll still
the
pop in
doors-
as a guest once in a while. It'd be nice to be a guest
Okay.
and show up. And
Oh yeah. Yeah. What do you see, or because like, I know you're going to do well in what you do. I'm just throwing out, like, right now we're having, and by the way, I would really like to have Yon Dog on, and I will call you Yon, but it's the longest time
I
didn't
just
know
got
his
that
name.
for some reason. I was a
Yeah,
little slow on the
yeah.
uptake. My brain.
No, when I
That's
first saw his
funny.
name, because I was squinting, I was like, Yon Dog, and I'm like, okay, they're fine, like, whatever. And then Neil was like, it's Young God. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, but it's like learning someone's name wrong. Oh, there it is. But it's pretty funny. I know you'll do well, and so it's interesting. I don't know what I can bring to the table, but I want to do it well.
Mhm.
And I'm open to suggestions. And it sounds so like, what does the community need? And it's not just for the algorithm, or I would like to really fit in with the community. Like, when I talk to the New Age folks, I know it's almost like I can do it in my sleep. Like, okay, have you given your heart to God? Do you have a church? Do you have a pastor or minister to talk you through this? Have you been baptized? And it's really a lot. And because Paul actually helped me land this one. Well, wait a second. I'm talking about the show. I don't know. People here don't need or want that. I'm realizing this isn't that place. If I'm on a street corner selling lemonade and people are looking for a shoe shine, it's not that I have a bad product. It's just that I'm not in the right area. So I'm just kind of.
Well, here's something from Zep. House of Wu tells stories of encounters with the living God and discuss their significance. How does that sound
I
to
like
you?
it. Yeah, I like
Zep.
that quite well. Let me see where that's. Can you highlight that?
He's popped in a couple
Where he's
times.
at? Yeah. Okay. See, that's. Oh, there it is.
Very succinct.
I'm cool with that. You know what I'd really like is, I love Teresa of Avila. I
Mhm.
like St. John of the Cross. I would like to find Orthodox saints that, Padre Pio. Here's the funny thing: Jewish Protestant boy talking about the Virgin Mary.
Padre Pio's not Orthodox. He's recent.
He's Catholic. Yeah, I saw him when I was a little kid. He scared me.
Did he?
He's on TV. He looked like a mean sailor. He looked like this.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm like, dude, he mess you up in a bar. Like, so, but there, it's interesting what I can bring. Like, I know, all right, no, I'll say it. I know some of the most prophetic, air quote, prophetic people you'd ever want to meet.
Mhm.
And man, there's such a mixed bag of nuts. Like, having a spiritual gift, and I think Free William will understand this. Having a gift does not authenticate or validate character. And nor does a lack of character diminish the gift. It's a weird balance. It goes back to that, driving a vehicle. Are you the getaway guy or the ambulance driver? And I think sometimes there can be a process of getting rid of the getaway guy in your personality to become the ambulance driver. And I think having stories about that might be a little healing. At least that's what I've had to do.
Well, one of the things I think what will happen in your case, running it alone, which is why it's probably very providential that I do step away. It will give people to actually build a relationship with you. I don't think I've given you an excuse to kind of come in light and fluffy and dip in and dip out when you want to. And when you're the host and you're running the thing, you can't leave until you're done with the show or done with the live stream.
Right.
And that will give people time. And plus people, I can be the shiny, remember the cartoon where it's the dog, every time he sees a squirrel, he goes, squirrel?
Oh, yeah.
I can be that to the audience because I can say and express topics that will make you go squirrel. And I think with you, people are going to enjoy getting to know you very well, like you and Afriel have developed a relationship through his live streams.
Yeah.
I think people will enjoy getting to know you. They will benefit from getting to know you well and develop their own friendship with you, particularly as they come on and talk. And just, I think just building that over time with like the stories and the sharing back and forth. And we've had people contact us even privately and wanting to talk to us, and that's I've seen fruit from that, and I think there'll just be more of that with more you, both presenting your point of view unvarnished, and also holding your feet to the fire. Doing this every week, picking a time, whatever, if it's the Tuesday time or whatever time you pick a time, you're there, and just being there reliably. It's a good discipline, and it will be good for people to just to get to know Ron.
That's cool. I like that. So, let's see if he will let. I can't read that. I saw Claire's.
Would you let Claire on?
I'll tell you what. And here's the thing. Like, I've
always let Claire on. When have I not let Claire on?
Here's the thing. Like, I want to be careful, respectful. I don't want to. I don't think I'll ever air out my grievance for anybody. I hope, without them being on. And I'll say I have a different temperament. And if hi, Claire.
Hi, Ron, and hi, Mark.
Howdy.
Thank you for letting me on.
Yeah. Okay. Let Ron finish your thought real quick, and then
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, Claire. First, good morning or good evening, whatever it might be for you. I would be willing to talk with you in private and not on the air, not out of respect for you and myself.
You don't need to respect me. I can protect myself. I can defend myself. I'm really happy for you to say whatever you feel you want to say to me.
Well, I don't, and for me, I don't want to do when things. For me, when something is somewhat emotional, when I have some things to talk out, I know better biblically. You don't do it in public. You do it in private.
I think what
verse says you can't engage with somebody in public if you Well, I don't know. I think I know the Bible reasonably well. I don't think
No,
I
I
know.
probably do. Well, and it's just I have. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just curious to know which verse it is that says you can't. The Bible says you can't talk to Claire.
No. It's nothing like that. There was some, like, there was, and I don't want to do anything like this public. And I think Mark understands, but I'll say anytime there's a disagreement, you don't do it in an open forum. It can get
Ron's
muddy.
not a debater. I think that's
We're
probably the
not
most
having-
succinct way to put it. So if you
Yes,
want,
I don't really want to debate with Ron.
okay,
Mhm.
Because that was. Let's just put it this way, Mark. I have an issue with Nathan, and Nathan has an issue with me.
okay,
And he's blocked me on all social media platforms, and I thought in the last stream he was not dealing with the topic. That's
Okay.
all. Somebody started talking about U.S. foreign policy, and I thought, hey, that's great. That's exactly what I want to talk about. Trump invading Venezuela and kidnapping Maduro, and then suddenly it was something to do with some Lutheran pastor that I'd never heard of, and I just couldn't work it out. I don't know if the others might agree with me that Nathan tends to derail discussions.
I've heard that expressed. I don't find that to be quite this. I just don't. Me and Nathan are closer, maybe in. I get him. I mean, to me, it's like I have a great deal in common with Nathan, and so even though he's my son's age, and and from a different country.
Yes,
But
yes, I
but
see.
I like Nathan quite a bit. I respect him. He might have sharp elbows sometimes. I don't recall. I know you mentioned that in a comment that he derailed the stream, and I just in reflection I didn't see it. I was going to play with some editing. In fact, I could tell the story about how I came to the decision that it was time to leave. I was thinking about 2026 and thinking about how I might tweak the branding of the show and House of Woo. And I thought, well, let's just do a thing where it's one of the things I thought about. Well, I'm going to just put up live streams, let them play, and then take them down in short order, and then rework them into segments for then re-upload. And
Yes,
thought
that does AI clips.
it does. It does. It does. You have to, and it makes it easier if you can trust it. It's easier. But and in fact, I did play with that some, and then I stepped back and I said, you know what? And it started thinking about all the things I want to do, and it just. Well, the snowball kept rolling, and I just realized that through that process that I thought, well, it's really time to hand this off to Ron, because he does bring something else to it, and he does need more of the spotlight on him for the benefit of the corner, and maybe even for himself. I don't know, but because I see, like, if you ever listened, go to Afriel's live streams. What is it, Saturday night our time, Ron? And it's like
It's
late Saturday.
nights, yeah.
Saturday nights when Afriel. So him and Ron will talk for long periods of time, and it's actually really interesting. While Afriel's killing aliens or whatever he's playing, whatever video game he's playing, that's the video distraction. Then he and Ron will chat with other people as well
And
through
a lot of
Discord.
people do it. It's nice.
Yeah. Neil's
Good
been
time.
there, a bunch of people. And getting to know Ron is really, but getting to know Ron on Ron's terms is really worthwhile. it'll be a rocky ride if you want, and I'm not saying this is you, Claire. I'm just saying if anybody wants to kind of take over the live stream and just argue, that's not Ron.
No, I wasn't even wanting to argue with Ron. I think the last interaction I had with Ron was actually quite rewarding.
I think and you and I have had some rewarding experiences too. So yeah, I think it's. Sorry, Ron, I didn't mean to overtalk you.
No, you're fine. Yeah, Claire. When I enjoy your company, I enjoy it greatly. There are some things that I would just want to untangle privately, and I'm pretty easy to get along with.
Yeah, I know. You're a nice guy, and you're and you're honest. Honestly, the whole thing was actually nothing to do with you. I think maybe I might have got your back up by saying, you ask the interesting questions, but you don't care if they're answered.
Yes, that was it.
I kind of feel like a diner who's been invited to a banquet and then found no, all the food's off.
Okay, because I didn't want to bring it up. Okay, and so that was it. And then the dialogue after that would just, for me, it went sideways.
Spotlight, Ron Copperman.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He asks questions.
No, that's it.
I can see that, Ron. I can see that, Claire. I can see that, Ron. This is good spiritual work. But okay, thank you, Claire. Let's see where it all goes. Let's see where it all goes when Ron's in charge and has. Claire, I think it's a different feel. Oh, hang on, real quick. Yeah. It's just so you know, you too. This goes for you too, Ron. It's very different when you're the one in charge of making the thing happen, keeping everybody fairly heard, making sure the chat doesn't go completely sideways. I mean, because sometimes the chat can get obscenely ugly.
That's part of the fun, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there it is. Okay. See, Claire. All right. Claire's MMA. She's full contact. Okay. And I'm not saying you can't do it either. I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying you're right, but it is.
Ron, you do need. Are you going to run this on your channel, or do you want to keep? I don't think in the long term House of Woo will fit on my channel into June or July or something. But do you want to just jump it over to will it be immediately on Ron Copperman?
I think I would like to go over to mine, and I'll tell you why. Because I also want to respect your content and the nature of your content. I mean, I don't mind, and it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. But if I say something that is not representative of you or something that I think
it's a different scene.
Mark is giving you all the rights to woo. Mm-hmm. Isn't that what you're doing, Mark? Really? You're giving him the brand.
Well, and for me, and by the way, Claire, just a little while ago when you said what you said, I really appreciate that quite a bit. That's significant to me. So,
well, I hope you won't think I'm ill-intentioned towards you. I suppose I try to make a point of speaking my mind.
Okay,
just to, move things along. And I guess people have been saying, oh, why did you come here and hurry us along? And if you can always go somewhere else, kind of thing. But I suppose you guys represent something important to me, and I guess I sort of think things are heating up, boiling over, and I just get the feeling that not just you specifically, but people are scared of saying what they want. And I'm just saying, come on, Americans, use your First Amendment rights before before it's taken
Right.
away. And I appreciate them. I appreciate this right because it's not that it isn't abused in America, but in the UK, people go to jail for Facebook posts, and you guys still don't have that happen to you, and
Right.
and that might I hope partially explain my sense of urgency.
Well, for me, the reason I really am liking this moment between me and you is this is how you make friends. You talk through misunderstandings. That's it in a nutshell. Because the text, when I read it, how did you put it? It got my back raised, the hackles up.
Yes.
And talking, and I do realize text is. Give me a second, please. I got it. I'm getting stopped.
Well, I can answer Olson's question about whether I've had a woo moment in my life. Yes, but then I also know how skeptical I am of other people's woo moments. So when I have one of my own, I don't mention it. And also I think if you're going to, choose a religion, you really have to, do it because of something that you can at least argue is true or sounds reasonable. It's like, I felt something somewhere, and there's no one around to say we saw that vision too, and God did indeed reach out and pat you on the back, and or whatever it is. I'm just saying in these matters, we just have to decide to believe, and then we commit to it, and I think that's the only way to do it, which might sound the antithesis of woo, but I think once you decide it's reasonable to believe something, then it's harder to stick with it, because I find that a lot of people who think they met Jesus or something, and you want to question them, or as when I want to question them, they tend not to want to be questioned, because of course they can't prove that they see these things. And it's really possible to hallucinate. I mean, we know that AI hallucinate, and sometimes when we really want something, we also hallucinate, mirages in deserts, when we heat haze the scene like, oases of shimmering water, or, emotionally, if we want to fall in love, and, somebody reasonably acceptable might be, our love object, even though they might not, quite return our feelings, because we want this thing, and we want to fit our vision of things onto people and things, and we think we've seen a sign, and maybe that's all I'm trying to say, really.
Okay. Sure. I think to speak to your desire to interview people, especially if someone's, like Luke just said in the comments, faith isn't to be interrogated. And I do agree with that statement. However, if I were to talk with you, I would feel comfortable. There might be an impasse here and there, because, and I got this one from Afriel, eventually it always comes down to faith. If it's real, because that's just it. If you, in a long enough conversation, I'll be like, it's by faith, I believe. There's some other things, but it's always subjective as well. I think faith is always subjective. I don't think you can prove it.
Yeah, I want to wrap this segment up, and because there's a couple more things I want to talk about regarding the future and what this is about. I think you have to meet people where they're at, and some people are prepared to examine their experiences and their lives critically. You're clearly, obviously, a very intelligent person, Claire, and you have an ability to engage with subjects with a degree of emotional detachment, so to speak, that some people can't. Now, can you employ? The question, I suppose, would be, do you employ that same level of detachment and intellectual rigor to your own personal life? Sounds like you do, and it, believe it or not, someone else who's actually very good at that is Nathan Orman. So you guys are, you have more in common than you might think. It's just, I think you take everybody. I do a lot of work with folks with dementia in my local real life around my mother, but the people that she's with, I'm there every day, and you just don't talk to them like I would talk to Ron or talk to you. I mean, it's you engage them where they're at, and when it comes to things like faith and God and the things that guide us and give us hope, it's in a sense what the burning bush said to Moses: "Take off your sandals; it's holy ground." In other words, it's a tender place. It's a place where you don't necessarily move with self-confidence. Try walking in the desert on bare feet, and you'll find it's a hard place to walk. It can hurt. And so we just
Yes.
gentleness. We want to be gentle with each other when it comes to these things.
Also, certainly with our aged parents who may be suffering from dementia. In fact, I knew a woman who told me that when she went to visit her mother in her mother's care home, her mother would not remember her and tell her to stop calling her mum, and that's because presumably the mother of this woman I used to know did only remembered herself as a young woman, and obviously she would be a little alarmed at a middle-aged woman calling her mum, if you know what I mean. And this, my friend at the time had to accept that her mother no longer recognized her. And but I thought actually you could have quite interesting discussions with people who don't know you, right? I mean, sometimes people go in disguise in order to
That's
not
true.
be known by the people
Very good
they
point.
already know.
Very good point. Yeah, that the internet affords us that. Yeah, you're right. Very good point. Okay, Claire, I'm going to remove you for now, and if we reopen the live stream, feel free to come back. I'm doing this.
Okay.
I'm a little more structured just because this is my last House of Woo, and then
I'll be off then. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Claire.
Good
God
talking
bless.
with you, Claire.
All right. There is one last thing that I didn't bring up,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes to the thumbnail: Parker abducted by AI. I'm going to experiment heavily in 2026 with AI, and I'm going to report back. I'm going to be very transparent with my use, because I feel like there's so much fear around it, to the point of I'm not sure it's rational, but I'm not sure it's wise. I mean, Vervaeke's kind of Puritan abstinence approach, where he says, "Stay away from it, don't touch it, don't talk to it, don't engage with it." I mean, he's very. Last time I saw months ago was that he says it's in your language. He'd say it's demonic. Stay away from it. I'm not convinced, and I feel like, since most of my life is spent, I have I can take chances that maybe younger people can't. I know my son and his wife and are very as they think it's evil. They like William Brents. They think it's evil. My daughter has a slightly more moderate approach, but she's wary of it too. But I want to see what it can do. What if it can be? I think in the end, I suspect we'll see it as a tool and we'll learn. But the problem is this a tool? These accumulation of tools has accelerated beyond our ability to actually integrate them into our lives, so that the internet, before we even got control of the internet, we now have AI, and the internet was messing with us, right? I mean, so we're like a little punch drunk from technology at this point. And I want to, part of 2026 and maybe beyond, I want to dedicate some of my time online to seeing if, to diving in deep and seeing if I can find a healthy way to engage with it and report back and maybe help people in that way too. Everything about my channel and my life, really, I try anyway to keep it around helping people. So church history, that's in America, the American church, American evangelicalism. That's one project. The other project will be the current affairs, politics, and then that'll be the shorts, and then the AI business, and see sort of random reports back from my abduction. So,
Right.
what do you think?
I think I think that's awesome. I think I think AI is just another industrial revolution. You know what I mean? As far as as me just saying, what do you think that animal is? I'm like, well, I think it's just another industrial revolution. It's here, it's happening, we're in it. Just
By the way, guys, let me just tell the chat real quick. If you got a wrench and you got a problem with somebody, just use your wrench.
how does a wrench work?
You just
don't even
you
know.
hover over their little. I can look at it on my live stream. Do I not have it up anymore?
Oh, okay. Go
You
to
just
channel.
hover. Yeah, you just
Well-
I think you can time them out, or
Well, all I have is channel activity, go to channel, report, or block.
you can block them.
Those are my.
So that's
block-
your channel. You're probably looking at your YouTube channel. And you
Yes.
And then
let me
you
go
can
to
block them
yours.
you can block them from the comments on your channel.
Well,
That's
because
fine.
I don't want to I rarely use it because I don't want to excommunicate someone.
But that's why you have a wrench. If you have a wrench and you're in the chat, you can use it to just kind of quiet somebody down, and it gives you moderating powers within the chat. So
Right. Okay.
that's
Let
all.
me see if this.
So that's it.
Well, okay, because the last time I did that, I used my wrench. I blew up the channel. So even.
Okay. Well, whatever.
But anyhow.
Okay,
yeah.
that's that. But that's I do think that the AI thing is. I mean, I may come out of it after 2026 and say, yeah, Vervaeke's right.
What does?
But-
Okay.
I
Yeah.
obviously am. I mean, you can look at my thumbnails. I'm not afraid of using it in that way, or the music. I am concerned about the ethical issues of, training these machines on actively copywritten material, and making sure that artists and creators are adequately compensated. Let me put it this way: someone I know who's a published writer and a member of the Writers Guild mentioned that there was a settlement between OpenAI or someone, and each of the members got something like $1,000 check in the settlement which is an odd solution to the problem, but that was one of the things they did. considering these are going to be possibly a trillion dollar companies, is $1,000 really adequate? Well, I mean,
Oh my
considering,
gosh, yeah,
but
it's a mess.
it's all these are things that are to be sorted out. But I do think that AI could ultimately, they say, excuse me, they say that the anthropologists or whomever does this sort of research say that the invention of fire physiologically changed us because we no longer needed these huge guts that gorillas and the great apes have, these huge bellies, because they spend most of their day gathering food and digesting it. So they need these huge bellies that digest it. And that the invention of fire allowed us to cram a lot more calories into our system, using a lot less time and a lot less energy, physiological energy. And it changed our body shape. Our guts shrank. Human physiques are clearly different from any of the great apes, and yet there's a resemblance, right? You can see, oh, that's really interesting. And if some of you may not believe in, or you may not even believe in evolution, Ron. I don't know. We've never talked about it, but that's but the invention of fire. If you think that there's something to that, I think AI could have a similar effect on us.
Okay.
It may be that powerful. It may turn out to be much more mundane. We don't know. We don't know.
Right.
But like politics, if good people stay out of it, we leave the arena to the scoundrels.
I agree. I agree with you completely on that. Okay, I got you. Yeah, it's when I live in a Pentecostal world at my church, and they said when film, movies, whatnot, and even TV were in full swing at their crest, they were verboten, and I'm like, and now it's okay. I'm like, and now they complain about film and TV because they didn't get involved. So I totally understand what you're saying. It's curious.
OnlyFans ministry. I'm still working on that one, Bill. I'm still working on that one, Luke. Although I don't go to strip clubs for entertainment, but I would go to a strip club to help stop a fire. If it, say, I mean, let it burn. Some people would say, let it burn, that demon pit of hell. But if people needed me in a strip club, I'd be there. I don't need to. Now, if I'm there to jerk off, well, no.
Oh gosh. That's one of my best friends.
A wrong use of strip clubbing.
Yeah, I know. Before, I think there's so many bad jokes, but it's actually, but just food for thought. Next time there's a lockup and they only allow Walmarts and strip clubs to be open, I'm going to go to strip club and hold church. But hopefully we don't have to do that.
They used to use in the Old West occasionally whoever had the best building for a meeting, often because in the Old West, we're talking west of the Mississippi, that the saloons, right? The saloons and the brothels often were the best meeting houses. They had, so when they had to do a jury trial or a town meeting in the early days, or in the or even church. It happened in the saloon or brothel. And the saloons were brothels, folks. Just so you know, they don't. I didn't show that in old.
I got this figured out. So we're going to have church in the bar, and we'll have estuary at the brothel.
It just remember that a fruit of the Spirit is also self-control.
Yeah, no, we should stop.
So no. I'm just saying that if you find yourself having church in a brothel, just remember you're still required to demonstrate self-control.
Oh yeah, and so
if you can't do it, don't go.
See, this is the fun. This is the fun. Like I like going. Like this is the fun that I'll miss. But this is the reason I'm here, just talking trash. Pitch point play. Yeah, right. Yeah. So, and what I'm realizing is having content will be the challenge. Like, oh, and also one thing, if no one shows up, that's okay. Why am I doing it? What's the reason? What's the purpose? And if no one's there, you have to be willing. It's like church or anything you do. Like, are you doing it for yourself
Mhm.
or are you doing it for the right reasons? And I think at this point, yeah, I think so. I hope.
Yon Dog says if that's someone's daughter, and well, that's another good reason to not forsake her. Just because I don't really come all, engage, and it's now if you're a customer. See, I have a much bigger problem with Johns than I have with prostitutes.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and
it's the prostitutes.
Yeah, I mean, if
Just
and
need
I'll
money.
in my younger days, I wouldn't be above squaring off with a pimp. I'm much wiser and older now. I don't square off with anybody as a rule, but
Right.
it's and John. I detest people who use other people for their pleasure.
Hey, Mark. Okay, so first off,
and I'm very judgmental in that way. Go ahead.
No, here's
Sorry.
the thing. I haven't shared all my woo stories at all, which we can maybe do that. But when I got saved, I make it light, and I should be careful because one person's dead, but it was bikers, and they were the real bikers. I'm not talking about Harley riders, nothing against it. And they were into all kind of evil.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that at the time, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually, when they came to Christ, I was there when one of the guys, he was a drug dealer in a book with people who owed him money. And he sat down at the fire. And this is him telling me what just happened a few weeks ago. He goes, I sat down at the fire, and he goes, I either had to kill someone to get all my money collected or change my life.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was as big as, he was a monster. And when he told me, that reflected that moment of change. It was the coolest, most beautiful thing. I saw his humanity win. He was a pimp. He was a drug dealer. I didn't know at the time. I just knew he was coming to faith.
Yeah.
And then
some of those guys are the most far out Christians. I mean, they're
the
Reformed biker
yes,
type.
Exactly. And yes, and actually, I think maybe that's why I am the way I am, because I am the reformed, burnout psychonaut that went into deep space, met the monsters, thought I was doomed, and now, because I'm not, I'm more like Legion in his right mind, sitting clothed by the fire, saying, God, I want to follow you. In my case, it's not him saying, go home and tell everybody what I've done for you. It's more like, yeah, okay, come on, follow me and do the things, do the stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and it's I think if you've been, I was never a biker, but I think I flirted with levels of evil that I shouldn't have when I was young. And I think it's useful to see how it's spiritually useful to have been the prodigal son and come back.
Yeah.
And it brings something to the family. And the ones that and to be the faithful sons are there too, and they're useful too. I mean, they're valued by both are valued by the father equally,
right?
But the explorers bring something back when they come home, however beaten and bruised and humiliated, and the faithful ones, while they may be naive, unschooled, unaware of what is out there, They also they bring it probably a depth of knowledge about their home country, so to speak, the home that where they know something. There is a material benefit to having endured in a place, and keeping the home fires burning, and taking care of dad, right? I mean, that's part of the faithful son's job. So I mean, I've kind of experienced life at this stage is in both places. I've been both the prodigal and the one who stays back and doesn't chase other interests because I am at home taking care of a parent. So there's no shame in either. And that's another trip too. Is that when Jesus reforms you, you can kind of move on from the shame of one's mistakes. And so when I see some of the guys in the corner continue to wring their hands over their past sins, I don't presume to tell anybody what to do or not to do, but I always try to say, at some point you do need to let it go. It's okay, but don't wear your past sins like an anchor.
I totally agree with you. I didn't catch that. That's important.
If you pay attention, you see it once in a while in the flotilla. And I just would say it's for everybody to work out. I mean, it's not for me to. Like I said, I'm not going to jump in and say you're doing it wrong. Would always want to encourage people as an older guy who's been around the block a few hundred times. It's just some thoughts.
I was reading Upcycle. Hi, Ups. I don't know why I put the shield over Ron up at the front. Forgot.
Is it the shield behind you?
Yeah.
Did that come with the house? Or did you bring that?
Actually, I'm at the church right now.
Oh, that's the church. Okay.
Yeah.
What's written on it?
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see.
Is it the Ephesians passage?
Yeah, the front. Let me see. It's kind of dark.
Let's see.
The Brotherhood, Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Well,
Cool.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually maybe what we do here.
I always have to think about this. Tayo likes to bring in the Rip Flare Drip reference, and I'm always having to try to remember that one because I looked it up. It's a reference to professional wrestler.
Yeah.
But I can never remember specifically why it's relevant. Come on in. Come on in, Tayo, and say goodbye to Mark.
Good. Yeah.
I'm leaving for the mothership in 30 minutes.
Open it up, Mark. Oh, by the way,
it is open. It's the link is is pinned. The link is pinned.
Okay. I challenge Yon Dog. Well, you know what I mean. It's Yon Dog.
Yon Dog. Okay.
Come forth. Actually, if we mention Kierkegaard 3 times, I think McMo will show up too.
I don't know. McMo's been AWOL for months now.
He's been on. He talked with Neil the other day and Foxman. They did a little. It was really fun. It was a good show. Neil is building a digital game world, and they were talking, cutting up. It was good times. So here's the deal. I'm going to be doing Tuesdays still at probably 4:30, 5, whatever. Same, I'll post it. And you're political in history and you do quality work, and we've talked a little bit. I'm really, I guess I just don't know. I just need to do it, see what happens. Mark is going to the mothership. Mark is going to focus on personal projects, and he just needs time. So we're going to be left behind. Pitiful.
It's funny, very funny.
Yeah.
This is when the chat gets fun. See, when we stop, when things calm down, and it actually gets funny. So, all right.
And by the way, I speaking to Claire's comment, and Woo to me isn't a brand. It's actually, just to let you know, Claire, the reason I threw out the word House of Woo. Grim Grizz, who does excellent work, had an interview with John Vervaeke a long time ago, and Grim was doing his shtick with John, and they were talking about putting a rover on Mars, and on Mars there is an image that looks kind of like a face, and Grim was just going off. He's like, John, why didn't we put the rover by the face? He was just all despondent. No, it was good shtick. And then John kind of goes, yeah, I don't like the Woo either. And now this is before John started talking to Hermes. And yeah, there it is. I got nothing else.
There it is. Oh, there it is.
And so I thought, okay, taking the word woo as an insult and owning it, like owning the far outness of it, and then not just being, not just being snarky, but it reminded me of, like, I felt challenged, and I'm like, it reminded me of those kung fu theaters where you have, well, my kung fu is better than yours, and different houses. I'm like, oh, it's a house of woo. So
you did. In fact, it is funny. I mean, Claire says the branding is going to Ron. It's actually Ron's. Ron came up with the name. We were casually talking about it. He said we should call it the House of Woo, and the next thing you know, I said let's do it.
Yeah,
and it took a little time for it to take shape, but we've been doing this for over a year.
Woo,
can you believe that?
Yeah, I know. It's been fun. It has been fun. Yeah. So nobody owns Woo. Woo was an idea. Woo is.
Yeah, it's never been properly trademarked, so nobody owns it.
Yeah, it's a word.
There's actually a design house. It's like there's like an LA designer who runs some kind of shop that it's big enough to have, I think, a Wikipedia page or something. It's called House of Woo. They may not spell it WOO. It might be WU.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like Woo's, like Woo's, like Woo's Hogs in Deadwood.
Nice.
Did you ever watch Deadwood?
Dude, Kevin Costner's Dancing with Wolves and Fields and Dream, trying to be tough guy, talking like these guys. Like, get over yourself. He's not a bad guy. I'm like, stop it. You try. You want to be.
Kevin Costner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Yellowstone, the series.
Oh, yeah, different. Yeah, similar kind of thing, though. Yeah, the
okay.
There you go. Yep. So we don't get into. See, if we get into apparel, you might find yourself in a trademark issue. You don't want a trademark lawsuit.
I'm gonna look like a gnome. God, that looks pretty weird.
The Ron Copperman. I still think we need. I still think there needs to be I really can see it. A picture of you holding one of your floss sticks, and just Ron Copperman. Oh my gosh. T-shirt.
Yeah. That's. I don't know.
It'd be a good T-shirt. No, it doesn't.
I don't know.
Not everything that sells has to be complimentary.
I don't know if I want. Anyhow, we'll see.
Never. Well, like Grim Grizz, never be afraid to humiliate yourself for the grift. It's okay.
All right. Yeah, it's here we go. So yeah, what's funny is if we could, like, if I could get money to help kids, I'm like, oh, then have at it. Like, all money goes to. Boy, I tell you what, that looks dangerous. I don't know if I like that. All right. Anyhow,
Hair and makeup
so
time.
what-
Hair and makeup.
yeah,
Somebody help
no,
Ron.
I don't want hair. I don't have hair, and I don't want makeup. So good day. But I'll take a hat for my bald head. So what do you think, Mark Parker? So first off, Claire, I really do. I did like talking with you. It helps my hackles lay down. I know text can be very bad form of communication, but anyhow, to anyone else, if you have suggestions about what to do,
Well, if you want to be a
I'm
co-host, I think that'd be a great place to start.
I would
If you want
love
to
that.
sign up,
I would
I don't know
love
quite
that.
how you want to
There's-
do it, but you've got make sure your email is clear on your channel, and we can promote it.
Yeah.
Even if you want, post your email in the in the comments and or in the
Yeah,
chat,
do it right
Ron, and I
now.
will put it in there.
It
might-
Carpenter 3.
Contact Ron if you want to be a guest co-host.
I would love it because, like, and even if it's not for a full long show, just a few minutes of like, who are you? Like Luke, if you're out there, William, Claire, Yon Dog, dude. And also, I could set it up so you could come on Discord, so you wouldn't have to reveal your super secret self. That if you want anonymity, that can stay. It can keep that. So
Your first co-host might be Claire, so it'd be an interesting
All right.
House of Woo.
yeah, no, it's.
But you don't have to. And with all due respect, Claire or anyone else, it's your show.
Yeah.
You can pick and choose. See, being in charge, you got to keep in mind you're not. You want to be sensitive to. This goes for if you're interested in being a co-host. People who enter the space as a host have to not just represent themselves, but pay close attention to other the randos, so to speak, and the other participants in the audience. That your responsibility is not only to your own perspective, but to the show as a whole and all of the people in the audience and whomever may come in. So you're no longer playing you're no longer playing for yourself. You're playing for the team in a sense. And I think that's a responsibility that guest co-hosts will need to take on. And you, if you find that, some will be good, some will be good at it, and some will be bad at it. And you may find one or two permanent hosts through that process. So you think of it as auditions. It could even.
Here's the thing. I just saw Tayo seem disappointed that we might get less Nathan Ormond on the Woo. And I think, because I was thinking, you might be right, but my wheelhouse, like if you want to come like Claire and Nathan, like I can't debate you. I won't. It'll destroy me, and I'm not good at it, and I don't want to hurt anyone else. But I will listen to what has happened to you in your life that goes through the keyhole. And what I mean by that is what supernatural things have happened, and I air quote supernatural. That's what I do. So, and Tayo, if I'm, because when he said Psy, he won't have Nathan, I'm like, yeah, you're probably right, but I'm not opposed to having Nathan on. I'm like, if it's within the arena that I operate in, and I don't know, Mark, am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
Is this coming across? Okay.
I think so.
I mean, because like when you're here and you and Nathan and Tayo are having at it and having fun, I'm like, all right, cool. I get quiet because I don't have anything to really, I don't want to say don't have anything to bring the conversation forward, but PVK said this, if you don't have anything to bring into the conversation, you will get left behind because this place is very geared towards Peterson, Peugeot, Vervaeke, and that's great. Yeah, that's right. With me, it's a little bit different. But I'm not opposed to having Peterson, Peugeot, Vervaeke, Claire, whoever, Nathan, come and talk in a way that's within my arena. So it's a very, the TLC is a big room with a lot of different tables. And you have a table. And so the conversation can go to, within your ability. And it's like, if I try to do it, it won't work well. So if you're disappointed, well, then I invite you to bring it into my arena and see how it works out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be more of what I think the audience, the people who have been with our little project the longest are going to really appreciate the time with you alone.
Yeah, and dude, I'm going to miss you a lot. Like, seriously, this has been fun.
Yeah.
That's, things move on, but I just got to say, it's been a blast.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure becoming friends, and that won't stop.
You pinko.
Commie.
No, I'm a fascist. Don't
say that. Don't. Let's not put that out into the internet.
No. I mean, dude,
it's one thing to call a man a communist.
Right. You can be a communist, but don't be a fascist. That's bad.
Oh, geez. I guess I deleted. Oh, no, I didn't. Here it is. The John Vervaeke. The John Vervaeke thumbnail. I like that one. Hermes whispering into his ear. Maybe we'll get more Hermes in 2026.
Oh, listen, it's coming. It's coming like, dude, I got people. What's that?
No, I just still don't get it. But go ahead. What are your thoughts? The Hermes thing. I mean, it's like,
what don't you get?
Vervaeke can talk to Hermes.
Yes.
And the Christians in the corner are all kind of chill. I mean, they're okay about it. But Mark, hold on. But Mark Parker voting in public for Kamala Harris was set to let the place on fire.
True. I think, and I can put something. So, all right, you can take that one apart. Here's the thing, because listen, I'm not going to bother because we don't have that much time.
No, just go ahead, let it rip. I got a little more time.
No, because Vervaeke talking to Hermes is like someone someone important, like Jimmy Carter. He said he saw a UFO. You're like, okay. Oh, there's Tayo. Go for it. Hey, Bob.
Finish your thought, Ron.
All right. So, but talking to voting for Kamala Harris or even Trump, it triggers a religious knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
You're not talking supernatural then, you're talking religion.
Okay.
I think I answered that once.
Okay. I can see that. Tayo, welcome to the last House of Woo with Mark Parker.
That's the only reason I came on, because this was my favorite live stream that the TLC had to offer. You got beaten by the Chris Howard show in the morning. Totally just, but you guys have been going back and forth on number 1 and number 2 spot in my consciousness congress.
Okay.
So I thought I'll come pay my respect to this iteration of the House of Woo, and also say online, please not Claire. Please not Claire as a.
Well, listen, it would be a keyhole. Listen, I did jail ministry for a long time, and there's a whole other. And I'm a nice guy, but there's a whole other side to me. It's like order and discipline is not a problem. And if you don't want to talk with me and play nice, then we don't have to talk. And that goes to everybody. But so anyhow, because when you said you had a sigh when you said Nathan, there won't be so much Nathan around, and I
Yeah.
respect. What do you mean? Because I don't want to. I'm listening, dude. I really am. What are you thinking?
It's similar to my comment about Mark leaving and CW leaving as well. There's Mark, Nathan play they're a good opponent processor for the status quo politically in the TLC, and I think Nathan felt most comfortable in the House of Wu because Mark Parker was there and they were politically. And I think
Yeah,
with less Mark being there, Nathan's presence in the House of Wu would be a lot more. Everyone's pointing their sword against him, so that's why I said Sai. We might see less of Nathan, but I think for most
right,
people that's probably a plus. But for my selfish interest, it's not.
right.
Well, I actually Nathan's come on Ron's channel a couple times,
Yeah,
and he and Ron have talked quite a bit, and it's we've had successes and failures on that front, but I've upset Ron as many times as Nathan has probably, and so
But you're friends with him.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we always work it out, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's what I'm going to miss, like really truly the most, is this Christians on the left, Christians on the right, having a show and talking through it. Sometimes it's not always pretty, but you guys were being a good example of how to maintain Christian friendship across political divide, which I don't think this corner does very well at. But you guys did.
Well, then to your point, I will try to keep that up, and I know Mark will. So it's like it's in our nature. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean we can't talk and or be friends. People are people.
Oh yeah,
People change.
I am excited for the. I expect there'll be way more Wu and testimony led.
Oh, dude, I got Wu that you guys ain't never heard or seen.
Wondering where the hell Ron is.
Dude, I've been holding back on you guys. I'll bring people on. Like, and here's the thing. I think, like, I'll give you one example. In this church that I'm
You
in
go to
right
the
now-
men's room.
No.
You could have muted.
It sounded like it.
I don't want to talk to you.
Well, we appreciate the video being off.
Literally pissing in our ears.
Oh gosh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's the other thing. There, it might take 10 minutes for the show to actually start because Ron's figuring out his internet and his microphone and video. It's gonna be great. I can't wait.
Oh, this is painful. This is painful. All right.
That's all right.
We're live.
It's an auspicious beginning to a new era.
Yeah, this is how it starts. There you go, folks. Were you born in a barn? No, it was a cave, actually.
What were we talking about?
To catch the first few minutes of the stream so I could get some context, but I didn't stay too long at did you say more about what the project you're working on, Mark, or is it more so?
Yeah, it's well, the I want to do the Cane Ridge Revival, kind of what led up to it and what followed, and how it really shaped American evangelicalism for the last 200 years.
Are we going to get a what was that? Mars Hill style documentary podcast?
Yeah, a little more. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the exact format I want to do. And and what is going to be, if it comes off too polished, I think it will fall into the background. So how I deliver it, it's going to have to be delivered in a way that people hear it and see it as something not just produced by, it's not AI slop, right? So it's got to be real, human, and relational in a sense. So they're seeing that this is original, interesting work from a human being. So I've got to figure out exactly the right way to deliver it. So some of it may be, there might be a Substack feature to it. So I'm looking at the, like, there is a older channel by a guy. He was a seminary professor named Ryan Reeves, and he posted a bunch of lectures online and on his channel with a slide deck of images that he just ran with it. And you can tell it's his voice and he's reading it. And I might do something like that, but I think what I'm playing around with formats. I might even see if I can recruit people to participate with me in a discussion way. So we'll have the subject in front of us, maybe an article posted on Substack, and then open it up to discussion so that it'll be a give and take, almost seminar like. So I'm just playing around. I've got to figure out that's why I need time to just play with editing, play with the writing, get the writing right, and then go from there. And then I want to do, because we are in a election year here in the States, I want to spend time with, and real events are happening and horrible things are happening. And I'm going to do short form deep dives on things, on subjects. So 5 to 15 minutes and just very focused on, we just had an ICE related shooting, death of a woman in Minneapolis and in CW's neighborhood as it goes.
Mhm.
And I want to be in the middle of that, not in the middle of the event, but at least in the reporting and the takes and the responses, because I think some of the responses, while the facts may be on the side of the left in response to some of these issues, I don't think the attitude is right. Because we
Hey,
want
Mark,
less,
can I
we
say
want
something
less
to that?
death, we want less bad, and I want to, like I said, go ahead, Ron. I think I communicated that. But.
No, yeah, you did a great job, and I like your attitude on this. God, I don't even know how this is going to sound, but I'll just say it. My church has a body count. I mean, like one of the kids in the youth group, he got shot by the cops not too long ago, and Storm Smith, and he was a wrestler. He was a good kid, but he had issues, and the pastor here is also the pastor for the DNR, the Department of Natural Resources for the state of Indiana. And
Okay.
when Storm got shot, the first thing is like, oh crap, like I was ticked. And then because we're very connected since both the drug rehab and to the police force, the word came back quick. And I hate to put it this way, but this is how it was a clean shot. Like my buddy got killed. He did something wrong and he got shot. I hate it. And so for this lady in Michigan, like I hate it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying when you don't go by the immediate news and get angry, you get very calm and clinical, and you and you go, what happened? You could have emotions, but before you respond or flame out, it's finding out what happened. And I think, and that goes for both sides. You know, just is that making sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm averse to words. I know it's common parlance in law enforcement to invert the vernacular, anyways, is to talk about clean kills or clean shots.
Yeah, no, that's,
And
yeah, and I don't like the word.
I personally don't like that kind of language towards.
It was a legitimate. Yeah, I don't know the better.
You're saying a lawful use of force. I would say
a lawful use of force. Yes. So when it comes to the news, don't trust it. For just it's an emotional anger machine.
Yeah.
It's not here to help.
Yeah. Yeah, I could, like, there's a guy here. Let me see if I can, like this gentleman. Let's see. I'll share the screen real quick just to show you. I like him in many ways. He's a lawyer, a bit of a hippie musician, but he's a trial. He looks a mess, but he's got a huge following on other platforms, and a substantial one on YouTube. But I think he's more of a TikToker. He's on the left. I don't know where left of me or not. But he's a perfect example of having the facts right, but not always. The tone at the end particularly can get pretty spiteful, which I think his Hawk. Let me see if I can. I have to shrink the screen here. Jonathan, that's the name of it's Hawk. Hawk's podcast. I don't know his actual name, but anyway, my point is, I want to be right on the facts, and I also want to be right in the attitude, because in Lincoln's words, we are friends, not enemies. We cannot be enemies. We must, in other words, and he was saying that in the midst of the Civil War, where 750,000 Americans died. So, probably the wisest president the United States has ever had. I think that's the kind of mindset I want to bring to the table. And like I said, some people are going to hate me for it on both sides, but that's okay. But I do think it's really important to not flinch at the facts either. So in Ram Dass's words, tell the truth, love everybody, and tell the truth. You got to do both. So there's the political thing. And then there's one last thing, Tayo, is that goes to the thumbnail. It was, I'm going to do more deep dives into AI as an adventurer, as an explorer for you young people, so you don't risk your souls.
You're doing what Grim Grizz was doing.
And see, I haven't paid that much attention to Grim lately. I know that he has been. What's he been doing over there? Can you report to us?
I couldn't. I've not been the most loyal Grim Grizz watcher, but the last time it was because it was doing a deep dive on AI or LLMs more particularly, to see what makes them tick and report back to us to see whether they're how to, what was the Vicky's term? You have to train them like a baby. I think that's what Grizz was doing.
Okay. Interesting. So, last thoughts. Been at it for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I shouldn't interrupt. I apologize. It didn't feel right.
You didn't
I don't know, Mark. No, here's the thing. Like, I feel like it's been fun. I so value so many people here. Like you guys, for sure. Like, I actually know you now. Like, I would be, and so, yeah, it's a change. Change happens. It's been amazing fun. And so now, Tayo, dude, I'm open to suggestions, but I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, can we get Tayo as a co-host? We've talked about one of the things you may have missed was our discussion of guest co-hosts for Ron. So a series of guest co-hosts to just pop in and help him for a specific episode. And so you would make a good candidate.
I don't think I would. I'm best in the hive mind trolling, and I think the best I can do is a mod.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Yeah, no, I like that. And it'd be interesting. I think the hive mind is another co-host. I think those that show up, I think really that's the real co-host. I'm just the hamster trying to get the wheel go round and round a little bit, and then after that, the hive mind throws in their 2 cents and really gets it rolling fast. But you are invited, dude, and
I very much appreciate the invite. I will also say that I've threatened an on-ramp radio with Mark Parker for the last few months, and I will try to come through with that.
Oh,
Mark is on his hiatus. I would love to have my randos on Mark Parker's on-ramp radio. That would be great.
All right. Well, let's set a date and make it happen when you're ready. And I'm serious. You know where to find me. At Mark D. Parker is the channel, and then Redlands Village Mark is at Gmail is the email. So.
And what's the Instagram?
I got to work on that. I have an Instagram account, but I just use it to follow people. I don't use it to broadcast.
You should start an OnlyFans page too to communicate. Communicate through OnlyFans. That will just. I'm loving it. I'm seeing big things here, Mark. We can go somewhere with this.
Well, let's see what Mark's AI explorations ends up being. That might not be out of the question.
Nothing is ever off the table.
Gosh. Yeah.
Not
genes.
Even when I was a hippie, dude.
Good genes. Good genes.
Glad I'm not doing drugs anymore.
Final words then, Mark. I think you deserve the final word, given that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been fun. I wish I could say it was always a pleasure, but it wasn't.
That's honest.
That's great.
Right.
But I think for this phase of my participation in the corner, it's been almost 2 years now since the dog attack. I was attacked by the dog listening to PVK and CW talk back in it was February 13th. 2 years would be February 13th 2 years ago. So
oh my gosh.
So yeah, that's basically how long I've been involved in the corner. I think I started supporting PVK before that. I'm pretty sure. Use it through Google, through the membership thing. But so I was already a bit of a convert, but I was in the lurk. And it's been valuable though. It's been a valuable interaction. I think you guys have forced me to clarify my faith, places where I was willing to just let the woo be the woo. You know, my spiritual experiences were pretty. I've had a number of oddball, difficult to explain spiritual experiences that shaped my life, but at the same time trying to find ways to communicate them without sounding like a complete lunatic. As you guys have helped me with that. The corner itself it's an intellectually challenging sphere, and that's also interested in the spirit. I am probably a little more of a biblicist in some ways than much of the corner, but I'm also I tend to read things in a nonconformist way. So that also has forced me to justify myself. I have to explain again and again and again to Anselman, to Neil, to Luke, to Ron, to Tayo, to whoever crosses my path, to Claire, my positions, and that process probably is invaluable. So I'm not really going anywhere. It's just the live interaction will be much less. I mean, like I said, I'm probably going to do 1 live stream a month, maybe 2, if topics are really hot. But you're going to see more of me, but in a different way. So, and then it'll be totally optional. People may not want to follow this content, and it may go out to a different audience, which is fine too. Because I don't want to forget the girls in jeans.
I don't feel so bad for going to the bathroom now.
Oh, let me look, Tayo. I see your private message. Let's see here. Let me play while are we done? And then I'll respond to you, Tayo. I'm going to play a classic. And I probably need to come up with an album and post it, an album of House of Wu songs.
Yes, please.
And put it on YouTube for free listening. This is one of my favorites. Let's see. I hope I click on the right one. There's 2 of them here. There we go.
Oh, Ron Copperman walks through the morning haze with a bounce in his step and a laugh that stays. He's got fire in his eyes like a holy revival. Says he's Pentecostal, but he dances in style. Ron Copperman sings as he lifts up his pint with a hallelujah laugh and a twinkling light. He's the heart of the pub with his tale so colossal. Oh, Ron Copperman, my favorite Pentecostal. He cheers to the sky, then he downs his stout. Says, a little spirit, lads, what life's all about. He can quote the good book, then he'll joke till you weep. A saint and a joker, he's a man you should keep. Ron Copperman sings as he lifts up his pint with the hallelujah laugh and a twinkling light. He's the heart of the pub with his tale so colossal. Oh, Ron Copperman, my favorite Pentecostal.
Go.
Once told the parson, let's pray, then we'll jig. Said grace on the barrel, then he danced a big gig, a miracle. They say he can walk on stout foam. When you're with Copperman, no night leads you home. Oh, Ron Copperman sings as he lifts up his pint with the hallelujah laugh and a twinkling light. He's the heart of the pub with his tale so colossal. Oh, Ron Copperman, my favorite Pentecostal.
That's a classic. I always enjoyed that one.
works.
That was one of our
That's
most
hilarious.
popular. And then
Yeah.
here's one. This was our darker one. I like this one a lot. It's almost too good though, because it's true and it just works. This one was dedicated to T-Grog, who we don't get to see often enough.
Steps through the haze of steel and gears. Once anointed, now he mocks what he once feared. Pentecostal flames turn to embers in his chest. Skeptics crown upon his head. No time for rest. The truth like a hammer, scarred yet proud. Cuts through fantasy, shrouded in the crowd. A lover of reason where others stumble blind. Both poet and terror, a hero to his kind. Tim, they call him when the lights grow dim, where dogma falters and the line grows thin. To the fallen he's a beacon, yet to some he's a sin. T-Grog the paradox, where does he begin? Life of the mind and life in his veins destroys illusions, yet finds beauty in the strain. A man of many errors, wars waged in his name, leaves nothing but ashes, no belief stays the same. He loves the women, yet he tears down the gods. A chaos of creation with all its odds. Is he savior, destroyer, or an alchemist phase? Tim T-Grog lost in this industrial maze. Oh, Tim, they call him when the lights grow dim, where dogma falters and the line grows thin. To the fallen he's a beacon, yet to some he's a sin. T-Grog the paradox, where does he begin?
A classic. I like that one too. It freaked out everybody though. The AI music freaked a lot of people out. But
Yeah.
Tayo says it slaps. What does slap mean? What does that? What do the kids mean when it says it slaps?
It is quite good.
It's a little too good, huh? It's not, but it's that one really. The AI really liked T-Grog. I put in some prompts about him, and I said,
wonder why. Oh, I wonder why.
could relate. Oh, okay, guys, we're wrapping up. God bless everyone. Off to new and better things. We will see each other around, no doubt. And I will
Absolutely.
pop in. I will pop in the Hive Mind and play.
Sweet.
So, thank you both for your service to this little corner of the internet and the broader internet in general. Much
Thanks.
appreciated.
It's been great getting to know you too, Tayo. I think we probably got to know each other through these live streams more than
Yes.
anywhere else.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. One last time for Anselman. I will play. We'll play out with the Nicene Creed sung by Anselman. It will take me. It is a classic. I need to, let's see, get it queued up. And I think we're ready to roll. God bless everyone. Have a good day or night wherever you are.
Christ is King.
Amen.
In the words of Chad, bye,
I
everybody.
believe in one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, and of all things visible and invisible, and in one Lord Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son of God, begotten of his Father before all worlds, God of God, light of light, very God of very God, begotten, not made, being of one substance with the Father, by whom all things were made, who for us men and for our salvation came down from heaven, and was incarnate by the Holy Ghost of the Virgin Mary, and was made man, and was crucified also for us, under Pontius Pilate. He suffered and was buried, and the third day he rose again, according to the Scriptures, and ascended into heaven, and sitteth on the right hand of the Father. And he shall come again with glory, to judge both the quick and the dead, whose kingdom shall have no end. And I believe in the Holy Ghost, the Lord, the giver of life, who proceedeth from the Father and the Son, who with the Father and the Son together is worshipped and glorified, who spake by the prophets. And I believe one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. I acknowledge one baptism for the remission of sins. And I look for the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come. Amen.